Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe was my first Deadpool story. I first heard of this self-aware, nonstop, nonsensical, red and black clad killing machine mostly because of how bad he was portrayed in the Wolverine Origins movie. After some internet searching, I found a YouTube channel, David Neer. He dramatically read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and I was hooked, and have been ever since. And can you blame me? The entire killogy is amazing. Deadpool's Secret Wars is hilarious. His opening speech, when he rescues Iron Man during Axis, is the stuff dreams are made of. There's also a profound depth to his character. Being so mired in tragedy, it's astonishing he has such a boundless sense of humor. But when you take that sense of humor and flip it into a cold-blooded, murderistic nihilism, you get one of the most amazing comic stories ever. So with that in mind, I'm Walt, the most gangster nerd on YouTube, and these are the 10 best deaths from Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. Number 10, Deadpool kills everyone at the asylum. So starting off with Deadpool's stamp of approval, literally, the most vicious, unstoppable form of Deadpool we will probably ever see, known to us hardcore nerds as Dreadpool, was unleashed upon the world by Psycho Man, who rather unintelligently pushes Deadpool too far, trying to control the merc's mind, killing off the two voices in Deadpool's head and replacing them with a darker and far more sinister red voice, thus in effect signing his own death warrant. Deadpool gets free of Psycho Man, and because Psycho Man is tiny, Deadpool jokes he just needs the mini supervillain's stamp of approval on his paperwork, and then repeatedly smashes Psycho Man into it like a stamp. But it doesn't stop there. Deadpool sees and hears all the other prisoners, and as the new voice in his head encourages him, he rigs the whole place and blows up the asylum, which was a pretty hardcore start to a darker tone storyline. Number 9, Deadpool kills the Fantastic Four. This entry gets points for what it doesn't show. We never seen exactly how Deadpool killed the Thing, but all we know is the Thing's been reduced to rocks and dust. We see Reed Richards die a hideous but slow and obviously painful death, continuously stretching out far beyond the threshold of his abilities, while in the arms of his wife, Sue Richards. Sue, while invisible, manages to find her attacker and is surprised to find Deadpool. She sees him remarking, "You put up one heck of a fight, hothead, and I've got the 3rd-degree burns to prove it." We then see Deadpool deliver a final blow to the Human Torch, and the blood spatters onto Sue, giving her away. She then creates a force field inside Deadpool's head, blowing it up. Sue mistakenly drops her guard, forgetting her adversary's healing factor. It doesn't take long for Deadpool to revive, stabbing Sue through the back while rubbing in her mistake. And just like that, Deadpool kills the Fantastic Four and does it in one sitting. Heinous! Number 8, Deadpool kills the Hulk. This was a fun read, brief as it was. After taking down the Avengers, Deadpool's new red box voice remarks, "Everything else should be a cakewalk." The next thing we see is Deadpool get ripped apart by the Hulk. Cakewalk, huh? The Hulk is seriously pissed Deadpool has killed his friends and his enemy. Only Hulk gets to kill Hulk's enemies, which for me, I don't recall the Hulk ever killing before Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk. I could be wrong though. Moving right along, after this, Hulk then departs, not wanting to be annoyed by the annoying Stabby Man. He finds a cave and decides to take a nap, turning back into Bruce Banner.
Dummy! Yeah!
Later, he's gently woken up by Deadpool quipping, "You shouldn't have ripped me apart. You won't like me after I've been ripped apart." It's the last thing Bruce will ever hear, as Deadpool then decapitates him. Classic. Number 7, Wolverine kills Arcade. What, did you think Deadpool was going to have all the kills? Nope. Though that's an easy mistake to make considering the source material. No, while Deadpool is on a killing spree of the entire X-Men, don't worry, we're going to get to that, we find Wolverine hot on the trail. He thinks he's tracking down Deadpool, but nope, he finds Arcade, who has been imprisoned by Deadpool and put to work. Arcade at first, relieved to see Wolverine, starts sniveling and crying, claiming he doesn't want to build murder worlds anymore. He then finds out Wolvie ain't there to save him. Ice cold and savage as ever, Wolverine talks some trash, then kills Arcade right there. Brutal. One of the few victories in this story by someone not named Deadpool. It's short-lived, however. Wolverine next discovers how Deadpool killed X-23 and Daken, Wolverine's daughter and son/clone, kinda taking that brief victory right away. Number 6. The Punisher kills Puppet Master. This kill is short and sweet, but explains a lot. During what appears to be a mass suicide by several different Marvel heroes and villains, we find Punisher has his sniper scope trained on who he believes to be Deadpool. He takes the shot and nails his target, then makes serious haste to get to him. Dodging a fallen body as he goes, he gets to Deadpool's body only to find Puppet Master in disguise, brains splattered everywhere. However, this actually explains why the heroes and villains are offing themselves. Deadpool has had Puppet Master making puppets and using them to speed up the process. It turns out he's even used these to take out Galactus, Gladiator, Silver Surfer, and even Thanos, which is really magnified when you know about how. Number 5. Deadpool kills the Punisher. After I imagine the empty feeling of figuring out your victim wasn't your target, Frank Castle is immediately subdued as Deadpool has a Punisher puppet. To make it even worse, Deadpool, while behind Frank, starts mocking him. Dear War Journal. And that final line, thanks for nothing, righteous fury and indignation. All the while, Deadpool is forcing the big pun to put his gun to his own head. The sheer horror on Frank's face says it all, as he can't move, talk, or fight back, and is forced to blast himself. But it did have me wondering why they had this cover. Isn't that false advertising? Number 4. Deadpool kills the X-Men. Displaying torture has got to be a surefire way to convey that someone is evil. It makes it way worse when the evildoer believes they're doing the kindness. You get all of this when Deadpool takes out the X-Men. Starting out with Professor X tied up, we see Deadpool brutally use the mutant leader as bait. Though not all the deaths are showed on panel, we definitely still see what happened and the carnage Deadpool has inflicted. We see he's ended Magneto and jellied Acid. He's continuously frying Daken and X-23. He has Kitty Pryde in perpetual containment within a Tesseract. What's even more gruesome, Deadpool forces Xavier to summon the remaining X-Men, who, trying to get to their leader, run headlong into traps, taking out Cyclops, Emma Frost, and Pixie. Right after that, we see Colossus, Gambit, and Rogue trying to make it as well, only to be electrocuted. Deadpool forces Xavier to watch the entire thing. This triggers Xavier, who attempts to get in Deadpool's mind, only to see what Deadpool now knows, inflicting brain death immediately, and on the strongest telepath in the world. I assume that's what could happen though if you found out you were a comic book character. Number 3. Deadpool kills Wolverine. After Deadpool thought he took down the Avengers, he seemingly forgot his old buddy Wolverine had the same regenerative abilities he himself possesses. I said seemingly. After Wolverine puts an end to Arcade, then makes the gut-churning discovery of how Deadpool is dealing with X-23 and Daken, Wolverine's ready to kill Deadpool twice. When he comes face to face with the Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool's ready for him, armed with a carbonadium sword and wearing beast skin blue fur, and even mentioning how he looks like a samurai mountain man, which is both funny and dark. However, during this fight, Deadpool points out that Wolverine's power isn't regeneration, it's popularity. While this commentary is going on, Deadpool manages to land a killing blow and decapitate Wolverine. Keep in mind this time will be permanent, since he used the carbonadium blade, which negates healing factors. Because Number 2. Deadpool kills Spider-Man. This death happened early in the story, but it definitely reinforced this isn't your usual Deadpool tale. Opening mid-fight, we see Deadpool and Spider-Man fighting it out, high in the sky. with Spider-Man seemingly having the upper hand, letting Deadpool plummet to the ground. When Spider-Man closes in on the mercenary, he picks Deadpool up, chastising him for stealing his whole joke during a fight gimmick, and pointing out how Deadpool can't do anything with him, especially not gut him. Deadpool agrees. He's not gonna gut him. He pulls a pistol, sticks it under Spider-Man's chin, and clears Spider-Man's mind for him permanently. Not only that, but Deadpool did this in front of a gathered crowd of men, women, and children, leaving the web crawler dead in the street in front of everyone. This one hits hard and sets the tone for the rest of the story. And number 1, with a bullet, the Man-Thing kills Taskmaster. For the Gangster Nerd, this is the best death in the entire story, and for several reasons. Let's unpack that. Taskmaster knows Deadpool is after the nexus of realities and has tracked him to the Everglades. Things get serious fast. We know Taskmaster has the best hands in Marvel, attributed to his muscle memory mimic ability. The two square up, and quickly you realize Taskmaster has Deadpool in this fight. And as his muscle memory kicks in, he can even hear the new red voice in Deadpool's head. However, this becomes his downfall. Deadpool asks him, "What's next?" And you see Taskmaster, much like Xavier, not know how to process what he's seen. The Taskmaster becomes scared. Then Deadpool reminds him, don't be scared, because he who knows fear burns at the Man-Thing's touch. And boom, his head gets torched from behind by the Man-Thing. If you read this for the first time and don't know the ending, it's jarring. Its gruesome nature and sheer unexpectedness further enhances the dark overtone of the story with an added seasoning of horror. Also, we had watched Taskmaster track Deadpool over multiple issues, come at Deadpool and seem like he could win, but ultimately meet this grisly death. It was sort of a punch in the gut, but perhaps the best thing in this story, it gave Man-Thing a win over the Taskmaster. And that was the list. Now, as always, you know I'm right. I know I'm right. Your mom knows I'm right. But if you got something else you want to add, or really want to take a shot at the title, let me have it in the comments. I'm Walt, the most gangster nerd on YouTube, and I'll be seeing you soon enough.